Good evening. This is your girl, Qadriyyah Marie of On the Queue with Qadriyyah Marie. I want to say happy Wellness Wednesday to everybody that's out there watching. Your girl, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm outside. I'm in one of the parks close to Ty and I's place. I really love being outdoors, and I really am not an outdoors person, but by me getting more into my health and my fitness and my wellness, mostly what this podcast revolves around. I've started to appreciate nature and being outdoors, and of course, Ty is an outdoors person, so he loves fishing and hiking, as you guys probably have seen, and being outdoors. And I enjoy walking and various exercises that's outdoors. I love being in the gym as well, which I've just started to get back into. But I really appreciate this type of weather because it allows you to enjoy your walks when you're out. It's a beautiful thing to just be outdoors. Period. Whether it's spring, summer, winter, or fall, you can always walk. You just gotta prepare yourself physically and mentally for that. Again, happy Wellness Wednesday to everybody. I'm back today. I just wanted to discuss some of the benefits of a therapy. I know a few people were interested in me talking about this topic, and I just thought it was important for me to come on. Those of you who have been following me, my posts over the past couple of months, I will say, have probably seen me mention the fact that I started therapy and not solely on just grieving the loss of my mom, which is a big part of my therapy. But um, like everybody else, I have other things that I need to work on within myself, and I'm very thankful for the therapy that I have been partaking in. I've been very serious about it, and luckily I'm very in tune with myself. As my therapist would say, I'm very in tune with myself anyway. But one thing I love about my therapist, she'll hear me out, and then of course she'll give me a different perspective. She allows me to see the other side of whatever it is that I'm thinking about. So I really appreciate that from anyone. Just allowing me to share my feelings because, like you guys, your feelings are valid, but just giving me a different point of view, which I think we all need sometimes. So you guys could probably hear the birds behind me. I actually walked here, which is part of uh, my own healing and therapy. See, I got flies all in my face and all that stuff, but I have these headphones on because it helps me to listen to music while I'm exercising, whether I'm in the gym or I'm outside. So I actually walked here. It took me 15 minutes to walk from my apartment to here, and I felt good because I had issues with my knee, and walking actually helps me feel a lot better. So you guys can come on. You can comment. I'm on Facebook Live and YouTube Live at the same time, so I can see you guys' comments. Hopefully the Wi-Fi lasts out here with the birds and squirrels and all them out here. There's actually people out here. You guys can't see it, but they're I guess doing field hockey, and some people are playing volleyball out there. And of course, there's little me sitting here on the park bench. So but I'm just feeling good. Like I said, I just wanted to just come on, share some benefits of therapy. Like I said, most of you who've been following me have seen me post about therapy, and of course, some things about grieving. I don't want to focus so much on that. I do plan to have a show that is on grieving, but I feel like I'm still in the beginning processes. It's my mom lost my mom December 13th of last year, which is still very, very new. So I don't think I'm prepared to give a show on grieving. Oh Lord, yeah, I know I'm scared of every little thing that comes by me. Hey MJ, how are you? It's good to see you on. I'm on here tonight, as you see, talking about the benefits of therapy. Um, I know that you've been involved in therapy yourself, so I'm going to mention some of the group therapy info that I have right now. Y'all know I love my printouts and stuff. I always do that. I'm just feeling I'm feeling good. It's hot here in Maryland, like it is, I think, everywhere in the country. MJ, make sure you guys will let me know if you're able to hear me well, because I'm trying out these Bluetooth headphones. I don't even know if it's if you guys can hear me clearly. Hopefully, you can. I'm sure you can see me well. I can see myself on here. But I'm here. I'm sweating. Like I said, I walked 15 minutes to the park, so I'm probably gonna sweat out the top part of my locks and stuff. So just feeling good. I just wanted to share that briefly. That I am in therapy myself. So when I'm talking about this, I'm speaking from experience. When I'm talking about the values of exercise, I'm speaking from experience because I'm doing it myself. And my surgery that I had 2 weeks ago went well. Um, Going to the doctor tomorrow, make sure everything is good. But from what I could tell, everything is fine. Big part of my healing, I would say, because I was kind of stagnant of not doing certain exercises, or even walking too much or being on the treadmill too much because of the location of where I had the surgery. And now I'm feeling relieved that I got the surgery. I don't feel the pain, obviously, no more. That was removed. I'm still a little sore, but I'm sure that's going to go away in the next few days. So I'm going to get into tonight's topic. Yes, MJ, she said group therapy is great. I can hear you fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of group therapy. I haven't done it in a long time, but it's on my list of things to do. So I'm just going to share my little ticker here on the bottom, as you guys can see. Again, you guys can come on and share different comments and thoughts that you may have regarding therapy. But first thing, well, not first thing, but I guess the next thing I want to say is for my printout, they actually mentioned the basic methods of different types of therapy. I'm not going to really get into that so much because, one, I'm not a therapist, a psychotherapist, or psychoanalyst, and I've had previous therapists on the show. If you guys tune back, I've had different therapists come on, and I plan to have even more because I really am heavily into mental health and suicide prevention, and fighting anxiety, depression, and ways to relieve stress. So I'm going to have more of those guests come on and talk to you guys, because I'm not just about physical health. Mental health is really important to me. I have a small head, so I have to kind of keep moving my head back and forth to make sure the headphones is on. Again, I'm going to get back into it. First thing I want to say from my printout, the first line they have on there actually says, the popular conception of therapy is that of the classic talk therapy, which is what I'm having weekly with my therapist. They say there are numerous types of therapy that can be used to help a client overcome problems. In all of the cases, the goal of therapy is to provide a non-judgmental environment that allows the client and therapy provider to work together towards a mutually agreed upon set of goals. And I definitely feel that gives the gist of it. But I want to get into the first type of therapy. There's three different types, and I'm just going to briefly get into that before I get into what I really want to talk about for tonight's show. The first one is called psychoanalytic therapy. I'm sure that's what all you guys are aware of. You probably know it as talk therapy. So what they say here, they say, as far as psychoanalytic therapy, this is when the therapy provider will look for patterns or significant events that may play a role in the client's current difficulties. They say psychoanalysts believe that childhood events and unconscious feelings, thoughts, and motivations play a role in mental illness and maladaptive behaviors. So I just wanted to give that little brief synopsis of what psychoanalytic analytic therapy is. They said the therapist in this situation offers an empathetic and non-judgmental environment, like I mentioned before, where the client can feel safe in revealing their feelings or actions that have led to stress or tension in his or her life. So I'm very much a fan of that kind of therapy. The second type of therapy is cognitive behavior therapy. I'm sure many of you have heard of that as well. They say cognitive behavior therapists tend to focus on specific problems. These therapists believe that irrational thinking or faulty perceptions cause dysfunctions. So I think that is also very important. It said this type of therapy is often effective for clients suffering from depression or anxiety. I've definitely have had both of these types of therapy in the past, and even now. They said a good example of behavior therapy would be a therapist working with a client to overcome fear of heights. The therapist will encourage the client to gradually face their fear of heights to experience. The client might first imagine standing on the roof of a tall building or riding an escalator. So that is kind of the beginnings of that. And like I said, I think I've had experience with uh, both types of therapy, and both to me are actually very effective. But because everyone has their own opinion on how effective either types of therapy is. It depends on how much money you have, what type of insurance you have, and what will actually be most beneficial to you as an individual. I don't necessarily believe that any types of these therapies I mentioned, any therapy at all, is recommended for all people. But I do feel like if you are going through, some level, any type of level of depression or, anxiety, or grieving, or any type of PTSD, any type of trauma, or even issues with your career, or losing a child or a significant other, I would highly recommend therapy. And there's so many different apps online and ways to reach a therapist. I know I've heard plenty of people, and I've experienced this myself, say that they just gave up on finding a therapist because there's such a long wait to see a therapist. And then luckily now, like I said, we have all these apps, and you can have your sessions virtually. Most of the therapists that I've noticed online um, are are giving their sessions virtually. Just in general, they've stopped giving in person sessions, since the pandemic started. So there's different ways to skin a cat, I should say. You definitely just have to find a way, if you think it's necessary, for your own healing. Therapy doesn't happen in one or two sessions. It doesn't necessarily happen in four sessions, and it could be months and months of of repeat sessions, and taking them very serious, and putting actual effort into each session. I don't recommend being in therapy for 5 or 10 years. um I've heard stories of that, where people being involved in therapy and not uh I guess feeling fearful that they wouldn't know what to do if they left therapy. So I think that's kind of an issue. I think you need to use therapy for what it's for, and the purpose of it is for you to actually go out in the world and utilize what it is that you learn. But the third type of therapy that I want to mention is called group therapy, and this is MJ. What I wanted you to hear, which you already know about this. It's a group therapy. It's a form of psychotherapy where two or more clients work with one or more therapists or counselors. They said this method is a popular format for support groups where group members can learn from the experience of others and offer advice. It says it's very cost effective, which is what I was mentioning earlier, where some people can't afford individual therapy, or their insurance only covers a certain amount. So this would be great for those individuals. Takes a lot of courage, I think, to partake in group therapy, but I'm sure MJ can share some on that. It says it's common for those suffering from a mental illness or problem behavior to feel alone, isolated, or different. Group therapy can help clients by providing a peer group of individuals that are currently experiencing the same symptoms or who have recovered from a similar problem. It says group members can also provide emotional support and a safe forum to practice new behaviors. So I'm hoping that helps someone that is listening. Maybe you'll be encouraged to join a group therapy. I know people who have done both individual and group therapy, and it's funny to me because I'm someone who likes to work out in the gym solo, And I was just telling Ty this as an example, but I also enjoyed well, kickboxing because I like the idea of having a, a group thing where we're all working, uh, doing the same things at the same time, having different goals, but during those 45 minutes or hour, you're all following the instructor's rules, and you're pushing one another and helping each other as well as helping yourself. So I can kind of see how group therapy may be similar to that. So again, you guys can come on, join. I appreciate all the support that I've been getting from you guys, not just for On the Queue with Qadriyyah Marie podcast, but outside of this, just reaching out to me and supporting me, through the loss of my mom and my other relatives, my aunts, as well, that passed, since I lost my mom. So it has been tough, but I have to say I'm proud of myself as to where I am as of today. Since this occurred, I have seen my growth since since I lost my mom. I feel like my mom is always with me. I feel like she's probably here now while I'm out here in the park. But I definitely have come some distance since then, but I definitely have a lot more healing, I should say, to go. And people always tell me, of course, it takes time, but time is relative. Time can be a year, or time can be 5 years. It really depends. Grief comes in so many different stages, and you go back and forth to what I would say is a previous stage, they would say. So it's never ending. Um, I get emails sent to me every day about the process of grieving, different things that I can do, and it's been beneficial. I don't always read all of them, but when I do read them, it definitely helps me. MJ says I went to adult children alcoholics, which is free. I didn't have an alcoholic parent, but I asked if someone from a dysfunctional family could go, and they say yes. The feelings are the same. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Like you said, even if you didn't have an alcoholic parent, I can see um, the benefits of that. And I guess you mentioned that it was free, which I think is a huge thing. Like I mentioned earlier, how people actually shy away from getting therapy because they're afraid of the cost, which I have done myself too in the past. Fortunately, through my insurance, I don't have to pay a whole lot out of pocket because I don't know if I would be going every week as much as I have been. But I feel like it's important. I also know I may not be in the therapy, long term either. And, over time, I may not have to go weekly, maybe just, once a month or so, which I think is fine. So I'm actually trying to give myself grace and not be so hard on myself um, as I'm going through therapy. But I can see changes in myself, and I've had others that were around me and that have talked to me have mentioned that they have noticed the subtle changes in me since I've started therapy in early May. Very briefly, I'm just going to be on another couple minutes. I have another printout, of course, and it's mentioning the types of self care, and I just wanted to go through these so that you guys can hear these, and maybe you can learn from this. MJ, just let me know if I'm back and everything, so it's okay. Let me fix this up. I just wanted to briefly just go over, like I said, the different types of self care. Um, First one I just did coming over here, physical. They mentioned sleep, stretching, walking, nutrition, yoga. All these things are important. I really can't even say if one is more important than other. Like I said, I just walked 15 minutes to come over here, and stretching I definitely do every day. Sleep, that's something I have to work on. I really don't even think I need 8 hours of sleep, as they say, but I definitely could do better. The next one they have is called emotional. It says stress management, coping skills, compassion, therapy, and journaling. Um, Of course, this is about benefits of therapy, so I'm definitely advocate for that. Journaling, I've definitely been doing more of that since losing my mom, and it's highly recommended. I know everybody's not necessarily a writer, but you don't have to be to write out, your feelings. So it's a beautiful thing, and especially with journaling, you can go back and see what it is that you wrote the week before or months before. The next type of self care is social, having boundaries, support system, very important. Being positive, social media, communication, and friends. All of the above, I think, is wonderful if uh, taken in moderation, especially that, particularly the social media. But I think all of this is lesson learned. Oh, my little paper was flying. Spiritual, something that I've started to get more into, especially since being baptized earlier this spring. They mentioned having, excuse me, time alone, meditation, prayer, uh, being around nature, and having a sacred space. So I think all of those again are important. I was going to mention even lighting a candle, something I was going to do this evening when I get back home, um, just in honor of my mom and my grandmothers, I would say, and a number of people that I've lost, particularly in honor of my mom. I was going to go home tonight because I actually saw that pop up in one of my grief emails as a suggestion that I should do. It doesn't always have to be a special occasion. It could just be that you're just thinking of the person, that you light a candle in honor of them. The next type of self care I want to mention is personal, going out, finding different hobbies, being creative, having goals. That's all part of having self care. Being authentic, finding out who you are, your identity. I think that's a lifetime thing that we all are working on. Definitely part of self care. Space, uh, your safety, of course, being in a healthy environment, stability, and having a clean space. Ty and I are really into that, making sure when we come home that we literally have a clean space and that we feel comfortable in the house. And again, having stability, whether it's at home or it's in your relationship or work. I think that's very important. Yes, thank you, MJ. Yeah, book clubs are awesome. I think the last time I was involved with book club was probably over 20 years ago. But I've started reading books at home. I haven't done it in a while, really since last year. Um, I think it might be a good idea to join. I think I just have so much else going on that I just haven't had the time to just sit down, sit my behind down, and actually read a book or join a book club. So maybe that will get me to get back into reading, because I've been writing, but I haven't been doing so much as reading. And I actually think the two goes hand in hand. You can improve your writing skills if that's what you're looking to do if you read more. So as a kid, I used to love to read all the time, and I just let life get involved and overwhelm me, where I just stopped reading. So I gotta get back into that. And I have books at home that I started to read but just didn't finish though. Ciao. Yes, MJ, that reading all the time is definitely fundamental, as they say. The next point of self-care that I want to mention, these are the final two, is financial. Saving, budgeting money, management, paying your bills, having boundaries, of course. I think you guys are all aware. I actually had a post recently the other day about having a 50K salary, and the responses I got from that is varied on both ends of the spectrum. And I actually pretty much agree with almost everything that everybody was saying. The points that people were making about 50K salary, is it considered struggle money now in 2023 versus 20 years ago? And the responses, like I said, it was just um, expansive. Hey, beloved, what's up, girl? She said, hey, lady, hope all is well. Yeah, it's a day by day process. Like I said, I'm outside enjoying this nature. Luckily, summertime, it doesn't get dark until later. So I walked here, by myself with my Bluetooth headphones that Ty gave me. So I'm just out here and about. There's people walking around me. They're looking at me trying to figure out what is this girl doing on here. But they can walk around all they want as long as nobody's trying to run up on me, because y'all know I'll be ready, and I got them alive. So I don't think nobody want none of these parts from this girl right here. Well, what's up, Ty? My babe is on right now. I don't know if he's home or he's out doing his thing and making them dollars. So I appreciate you coming on. I'm watching. I'm going to be coming home soon, by the way, babe. So I won't be out here too long in the sun getting burnt up. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I am, working on get myself more toned up, but thank you, and Ty and I are doing that together, walking and getting back and, into the gym. And it's not just all about just, how you look. It's more so about how you feel on the inside. Exercise, as I have on my list of self-care, um, it's definitely a value, something that you need to make a priority. Your health should always be number one. You can't go out, you can't make money, you can't do all this other stuff if you're not taking care of yourself. My final point that I want to say about self-care is work. Having time management, work boundaries, and having breaks. A lot of us don't even know what that is. So we all have to learn how to have a work-life balance. Some of us focus more on the other work uh, than the rest. So definitely have to have a work-life balance, and learning how to not let work overtake you, or create more stress in your life. And I feel like we all have too much else going on than to let work um kind of drag us down. So those are the types of self-care: physical, emotional, social, spiritual, personal, space, financial, and work. And if you guys want me to share, this printer I have, or any of my own types of self-care outside of that, you can always reach out to me. You can always DM me. Some of you have my cell number, my email, Qadriyyah at ontheqproductions.net. Feel free to always reach out to me. I am looking for more guests for the show. They can reach out to me through those means on, of course, Instagram, Qadriyyah Marie, and at On the Q Productions. So I have people hitting my DM up now, wanting to be on the show. And like I said, the show is primarily focused on fitness, wellness, and health. So anything related to that, it doesn't have to be just those. That's just that I'm primarily, like I said, focused on that. But I've had guests on talking about finance, and like I said, these other topics that I've had business, entrepreneurship, and they're all important. That to me, they're all actually part of your overall health. So I'm open to everybody, that is about helping people and wanting to save lives, and wanting to be an advocate for, you know, allowing the next person to witness their greatness. I feel like we all have some greatness in us, and some of us have a harder time finding where that's at within us, and because it's already within you. I don't believe it's from any outside source, but from within. So I just want to appreciate you guys for coming on tonight. Like I said, I just told Ty I'm going to be headed home, so I'm gonna get out these clothes and all this stuff. I'm not trying to be freaky or nothing on air. I'm just saying, just to get out these clothes and shower and relax and watch some Hulu. Me and him have been watching a lot of Hulu. Hulu has stepped it up a lot. So go home and relax and do my little 15-minute walk. As soon as I get over you guys, I'm gonna press my little button on the watch. It has walking, running, cycling. I'm gonna press that because I like to keep measurements of myself, my progress, whether it's on my watch or just written down, or different apps and stuff I have. I love keeping track of my progress. It can be tedious, but I think it's important to just see where you're at and where you're going. So I want to tell you guys again, happy Wellness Wednesday. Make sure today the day is not over. It's only 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, that you do something for yourself, some form of self-care, whether it's taking a bath or going for a walk or journaling, writing, a budget, meditation, making love, whatever it is. Yeah. Just make sure you do it. I'm going to make sure I finish this 40-ounce cup of water that I have that's still sitting here behind me. I'm going to make sure I finish that because that's part of my healing. Because I know Ty will get me if I don't finish it, because I'm learning the importance of water. Um, so many benefits. I can't even think of all of them to share, but I definitely need it for cleansing in all different ways. So from the head to the feet. So I appreciate you guys. Yes, MJ, Hulu is my thing. Again, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I'm going to take off. These people are still in the park. I don't know what's going on. See, this is how it is when you're working. It's like you enjoy these evening hours, but I feel like there's people out here that's probably just been home like the whole day, didn't work all day or whatever. So they're like really out here like, oh, let me just wait until it cools down and let's go to the park, and they don't have to worry about getting up tomorrow. But this is how it is when you're young working man or woman. You got to be able to incorporate certain things because you obviously have to work and you have to make a living, but that's no excuse to cut out taking care of yourself, uh, making sure that you're all right, because you can't work if you're not right up here or in your body. So still making sure you're having the right nutrition every day, that you're exercising, that you're building your relationship with God and with others, and out here, just being a service to those in need. So I just want to tell you guys what's up. Hey, what's up, Ben? What's up? I'm just, like I said, feeling good. So I know I said what's up, but I'm like, what's up? What's up? You guys gotta, and myself, we gotta just make sure we're doing what's best for us. So I just want to end on that note. So again, have you guys have a good night, and just stay blessed. Peace.